Wilfried Nancy just made one of the most bizarre tactical decisions we've seen this season, and he's trying to explain it away. Celtic are closing in on their first January signing, transfer plans are being confirmed ahead of the Rangers clash, and the board is getting a serious warning from the media. Plus, Luke McCowan's fury was caught on camera, and you need to see this. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Wilfried Nancy surprised Celtic supporters on Tuesday night when he made a trio of halftime changes as his side trailed 1-0 to Motherwell. With the champions struggling and chasing the game, the manager's decision to remove Dyson Maeda, Kieran Tierney and Paulo Bernardo left many baffled. Into the fray came Shin Yamada, Luke McCowan and Arne Engels, none of whom managed to change the tide of the match. Yamada, who is still without a goal since arriving in the summer, again offered little threat, and the reshuffle failed to inject the necessary spark as Celtic fell to their fifth defeat in 7 games. Kenny, who has been the starting striker as of late, was left on the bench. After the game, Nancy explained the changes were pre-planned, and his reasoning centered around fatigue. He said, "It was planned because Dyson and Kieran have played a lot of minutes. In the beginning, I wanted them to be on the bench, but also I wanted them to be part of this game because they are important. That's why the idea was to give them only 45 minutes for this game." Pressed on whether he had really planned to hook the pair regardless of the scoreline, he confirmed yes, because they were tired in the situation. They ran a lot, and they've done more sprints since we came in. They did a lot of sprints. Physically, I have a concern with that. I don't want them to be injured. I needed to make choices regarding that. With Celtic in disarray and the pressure mounting ahead of the Glasgow derby clash this Saturday, decisions like these, and the rationale behind them, are doing little to ease the concerns of a restless fanbase. Every game is a must-win for Celtic, and Nancy couldn't afford to drop points last night. His team selection and changes, in hindsight, look like a manager feeling the pressure. Now for the main story, as Celtic are in advanced talks to bring Julian Araujo to Parkhead on loan this January, with sources close to Bournemouth reportedly expecting the Mexico full-back to join the Hoops for the rest of the season. According to Mike McGrath of The Telegraph, clubs are currently in discussions over the 24-year-old right-back, with Celtic among those pursuing a temporary deal. Araujo has struggled for minutes this campaign, featuring just once in the EFL Cup while regularly being named on the bench in league matches. The potential move makes sense on several levels. Celtic need cover and competition at right wing back, and Araujo's familiarity with Wilfried Nancy dates back to their time in MLS. Araujo, who has been capped 16 times by Mexico, came through the LA Galaxy system before moving to Europe. Despite his international pedigree and attacking instinct from full back, regular first-team opportunities have been hard to come by at Bournemouth this season. With the January window approaching fast, Celtic are keen to add quality in key areas, and a loan move for Araujo seems a clear priority. Whether that deal can be wrapped up before big fixtures like the derby remains to be seen, but Bournemouth sources now expect the temporary switch to happen. Celtic's need for reinforcements is obvious. Injuries and limited depth have exposed flaws in recent performances, and supporters have been calling for signings who can make an immediate impact. In other news, Wilfried Nancy has confirmed that Celtic are actively working on transfer business that could be concluded before Saturday's derby clash with Rangers. The Frenchman was pressed by Sky Sports following Celtic's 2-0 loss to Motherwell at Fir Park, a result that saw his side outplayed, second best, and booed off by their own fans. It marked 5 defeats in 7 league outings and underscored just how badly the Hoops need reinforcements. Speaking after the match, Nancy didn't shy away from acknowledging the upcoming window as an important opportunity. He said, "When the window is going to be open, this is an opportunity to get better. So, we'll see what we're going to do." Pressed on whether any arrivals could be completed before Rangers visit Parkhead on Saturday, he said, "Again, we are working on that, and after that, we'll see what we're going to do." Celtic are understood to be targeting reinforcements in several key areas this winter. The squad has been stretched by injuries and a lack of depth, with striker options limited by Kelechi Iheanacho's ongoing hamstring woes and defensive frailties glaring in recent weeks, with Johnston and Carter Vickers out long-term. Celtic want to add a centre-back, right wing-back, right winger and a striker, at least this January. Celtic have been linked with Bournemouth right-back Julian Araujo. This seems the most prominent link as we head into the January window. The squad's weaknesses have been exposed across this run of poor form, yet despite that, Celtic remain committed to supporting Nancy through the January window, a period that could define his first half season in charge. With Rangers arriving on Saturday and Hearts still leading the title race, the timing of any new signings could prove crucial. Nancy is under pressure, the fans are restless, and the board have pledged backing. Now it's about turning that backing into tangible improvements on the pitch and getting players through the door fast. In other news, Celtic's defeat in Lanarkshire on Tuesday night didn't exactly come as a shock. The Hoops are now on 5 losses in 7 league games, with their only wins coming against a 10-man Aberdeen and rock-bottom Livingston, who haven't even hit double figures in points at the halfway stage of the season. After the game, a performance and result that showed just how unravelling things have become under Wilfried Nancy, journalist Stephen McGowan didn't mince his words about where the manager's position now sits. Tweeting after the match, McGowan posted, "Motherwell terrific, Celtic dysfunctional, Wilfried Nancy back in can't survive this territory. He can't be the only one. It's not just the manager under pressure, but the club's leadership as a whole. The poor results are symptomatic of wider issues in the boardroom." Tuesday also marked Peter Lawwell's final game as Celtic chairman, the end of a long era at Parkhead, but Lawwell's departure has only intensified calls for broader change. Fans have been vocally demanding resignations from top figures across the club hierarchy, including Dermot Desmond, the chief financial officer, and the CEO. For many supporters, the frustration isn't just about a torrid run of form or 4 consecutive losses under Nancy. It's about a disconnect between the club's leadership and the team on the pitch, a feeling that decisions at Celtic Park have led them to this low moment more than any single manager could on his own. As calls grow louder for a full reset at boardroom level, McGowan's tweet just sums up a mood that's hard to ignore. This isn't just about one man's job being under threat. It's about an entire structure that fans believe has stopped delivering the standards they expect from Celtic Football Club. Lastly, Luke McCowan's reaction at full time on Tuesday night was as telling as the scoreline itself. The Premier Sports cameras caught the Celtic winger visibly furious immediately after the whistle at Fir Park. McCowan has been deployed in a left-wing back role under Nancy, but it clearly didn't sit well with him, and supporters watching questioned whether the body language on show says something deeper about the squad's relationship with the management setup. McCowan has been one of the players to speak honestly about the emotional toll of not winning at Celtic. It's clear the situation is getting to him, and he won't be the only one feeling it. Speaking earlier this month about how closely tied his personal life is to results at Parkhead, McCowan said, "Every single mate I've got and every member of family, I probably don't even speak to them now, because I don't actually know what to say when football is your life and Celtic is your life. It's so hard to escape, but it's just about reacting well. As a collective, we know it needs to get better, and we need to stick together. We need to act like men about it, and we need to brush games like this off and go for the next one." That honesty about the pressure of wearing the hoops is rare, and it resonates with supporters who have watched a team they love struggle for cohesion and confidence. But when a player's frustration is played out in front of TV cameras, it inevitably raises questions. Are the players behind Nancy's system? Do they believe in... That's all for today's Celtic news. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so you don't miss tomorrow's updates. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on Nancy's decisions and whether the board needs to act. We'll see you in the next one. Hail, hail.